It's often said that love matures with age, that it grows softer, deeper, more rooted in quiet understanding than wild passion. But what if something as small, as seemingly innocent as the fruit in your bowl was slowly chipping away at your connection, draining your desire, one bite at a time? You see, after 60, intimacy changes. Hormones decline, energy shifts, and vulnerability rises. Many of us turn to healthy choices, fruits loaded with vitamins and natural sugars. But emerging studies in endocrinology and nutritional science now suggest that certain fruits, yes, even the ones doctors once recommended, may interfere with our body's delicate hormonal balance. Not because these fruits are bad, but because, like everything in health, context is everything. Age changes how our bodies process sugar, how we regulate insulin, how we maintain testosterone or estrogen, and how we feel desire, connection, and emotional closeness. This isn't fear-mongering, it's empowerment, because when you know which habits support your vitality and which quietly work against it, you reclaim something priceless. So today we'll explore 5 fruits that might be secretly sabotaging your intimacy after 60, not to scare you, but to help you choose with confidence, with love, and with just a bit more wisdom. Welcome to Comfort Corner. I'm Michael, your host and companion in these tender conversations about life after 60, where health, heart, and hope all matter just as much as they ever did. Here on this channel, we talk gently, we speak truthfully, and most of all, we respect the dignity of growing older. Whether you're here to learn, to reflect, or simply to feel understood, I'm glad you're with us. If our videos speak to your experience, consider subscribing or leaving a comment. Share this with someone who might need it. You'd be surprised how many people feel alone in these struggles, when in truth, millions of us are walking the same quiet road together. Today, we're talking about something that's often left unsaid: how our diet, even the parts we believe are healthy, can quietly influence our emotional and physical intimacy. We'll look at 5 fruits, yes, just 5, that deserve a second look after 60. Let's begin. But bananas are the comfort food of the fruit world. Soft, sweet, familiar. Rich in potassium and vitamin B6, they've been praised for heart health and muscle function. But there's a lesser-known side to bananas, especially as we age. Bananas are high in tryptophan, an amino acid that the body converts into serotonin, the so-called happiness hormone. While serotonin is wonderful for mood regulation and calmness, too much serotonin may suppress dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with motivation, drive, and desire. In a 2005 review published in the Journal of Psychiatry and Neuroscience, researchers noted that elevated serotonin can dampen the dopamine system, leading to emotional flatness and even reduced sexual interest. This may explain why some antidepressants, known as SSRIs, that boost serotonin often cause libido issues. For older adults whose dopamine production is already naturally declining, dietary patterns that further elevate serotonin could unintentionally flatten emotional highs and lows. That sense of spark, of anticipation, that's dopamine's domain. So, are bananas bad? Not at all. But if you find yourself emotionally muted, less energized, less awake to connection, look at the full picture. How often are you eating serotonin-boosting foods like bananas? Are you also on medications that affect the same pathways? Sometimes the answer isn't to remove, but to rebalance. There's nothing like a slice of cold watermelon on a summer afternoon. It's 90% water, filled with lycopene and vitamin C, and feels like nature's candy. But watermelon also ranks high on the glycemic index, meaning it rapidly spikes your blood sugar. With a GI of around 76, watermelon causes quick glucose absorption, followed by a surge of insulin, your body's way of escorting that sugar into cells. But here's where the intimacy angle comes in. Chronically elevated insulin reduces levels of sex hormone binding globulin, SHBG, a protein that helps regulate testosterone and estrogen. According to a comprehensive review in Endocrine Reviews, high insulin can lead to lower free testosterone in men and estrogen-progesterone imbalance in women. That's not just about libido, it's also about mood, energy, and the ability to feel connected emotionally. But it's not all bad news. Watermelon also contains citrulline, an amino acid that promotes blood flow and may support erectile function, backed by findings from a 2008 Journal of Urology study. So, what do we do with this information? Moderation is key. Pair watermelon with protein or fiber to slow the sugar hit. And if you're pre-diabetic or insulin resistant, be extra mindful. It's not about giving up pleasure, it's about enjoying it with your eyes open. Raisins, dates, dried apricots. They sound like the perfect snack. Portable, natural, no added sugar. But here's the twist. When fruit is dried, the water is removed and the sugar is condensed. A small handful of dried fruit can contain 20 to 30 grams of sugar without any fiber to slow its impact. Fructose, the dominant sugar in fruit when consumed in high concentrations, has been shown to promote inflammation, according to a 2019 article in Frontiers in Endocrinology. And inflammation isn't just about aching joints or heart disease. It can interfere directly with hormonal function, particularly testosterone production and sexual well-being. What's more, inflammation impacts the nervous system, affecting energy, mood stability, and even emotional receptivity. If you've been feeling more irritable, fatigued, or less interested in touch, it might not just be age. It could be silent inflammation at play. Dried fruits aren't the enemy, but daily consumption, especially in the absence of counterbalancing nutrients like fat or fiber, can throw off more than just your blood sugar. So try this. Swap raisins for a few blueberries, or pair those dates with some walnuts. Reframe snacking as a way to nourish intimacy, not just convenience. Grapes are nature's jewels, plump, hydrating, and rich in antioxidants like resveratrol. But in certain individuals, grapes may have phytoestrogenic effects, meaning they mimic the hormone estrogen in the body. In a 2011 study published in Toxicology and Applied Pharmacology, grape extracts showed estrogenic activity in vitro, which suggests a potential for disrupting hormonal balance when consumed in large amounts. While moderate intake is generally safe, in postmenopausal women and older men, an overload of phytoestrogens may exacerbate hormonal imbalances, leading to fatigue, mood swings, or diminished libido. In men, excess estrogen may interfere with testosterone production, as detailed in a 2012 review in the Asian Journal of Andrology. For women, especially those sensitive to estrogen, it may aggravate symptoms of hormonal dominance, like breast tenderness, weight gain, or emotional instability. Again, this doesn't mean grapes are dangerous, but if you're struggling with intimacy, energy dips, or emotional lulls, and grapes are a regular feature in your fruit bowl, it might be worth rotating in other antioxidant sources like blueberries or pomegranate. Tropical, juicy, and bursting with vitamin C, pineapple is a taste of paradise. But beneath its vibrant flavor lies a combination of natural acids and high sugar content that can trigger both digestive and hormonal challenges. Pineapple is rich in bromelain, an enzyme known for reducing inflammation. However, bromelain's effect on the gut lining may also increase sensitivity or irritation, especially in older adults whose digestive resilience is lower. According to a 2020 review in Nutrients, gut inflammation is now understood to play a significant role in the gut-brain hormone axis, directly affecting energy, libido, and even mood regulation. Moreover, pineapple's natural acidity can irritate the mouth, esophagus, and even the bladder in sensitive individuals. In older adults, this kind of irritation can indirectly reduce physical closeness, not out of disinterest, but discomfort. Add to that the spike in blood sugar due to pineapple's GI of 59, and we have another case of healthy but context sensitive. Enjoy pineapple on occasion, ideally paired with protein or after a full meal, not as a solo snack. Sometimes the body's whispers are subtle, but when we listen, we can nourish not only health, but connection. Let's take a gentle breath and look back at what we've learned. 5 fruits: bananas, watermelon, dried fruits, grapes, and pineapple. All beautiful, all nutritious in the right context. And yet, for those of us over 60, each one carries hidden effects that can impact intimacy, energy, or emotional well-being. Bananas may boost serotonin, but too much can flatten dopamine and dull desire. Watermelon's sugar spike can lower sex hormone levels. Dried fruits concentrate sugar and inflammation, which interfere with hormonal health. Grapes, though antioxidant-rich, may mimic estrogen and disrupt balance. And pineapple, while tropical and healing, can cause subtle irritation that distances us from closeness. You don't need to give up your favorite fruits. Just tune in. Slow down. Notice how you feel after eating. Pair sweet fruits with fiber, protein, or fat. Rotate your choices. Choose fruits that work with your unique body, not just ones that sound healthy on paper. You don't have to change everything today. Just start with one little thing and see how it shifts the way you feel in your own skin and beside someone you love. In the quiet of aging, we are offered something young hearts rarely understand, the chance to choose our closeness consciously. Not from urgency or passion alone, but from wisdom, from gentleness, from a deepening respect for the body and spirit. So if today's video helped you see your plate a little differently, share it with someone who deserves to feel vibrant too. Leave a comment. Join the conversation, because these truths aren't just nutritional, they're emotional, relational, and human. And remember, I'm Michael from Comfort Corner, wishing you peace, health, and a heart full of hope.